আশাতে।
So do you guys remember how tablets were supposed to be our laptop replacements? Well, this right here is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, and unlike the pricier, more expensive Tab S6, this does not claim to do that. So it does not come with the fancy DeX mode or even a very powerful processor to help you juggle multiple Excel sheets at once. Instead, this tablet focuses on the basics and it actually gets a lot of them right. So should you buy one of this? Well, let's find out in this review. But guys, before we get on with the video, make sure to hit the bell icon and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, so that you don't miss out on any quality tech content that we put out. Now that you've done that, let's get on with the full review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. So the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite is a watered-down variant of the company's flagship Tab S6, as I mentioned previously, but if there's one department where the company has cut absolutely no corners, it is undoubtedly in the design department. The Tab S6 Lite has been constructed in entirety using metal and it feels incredibly premium to hold. The back of the tablet offers a stunning matte finish which is soft to the touch and it doesn't show fingerprints or smudges easily. Also, much like the flagship Tab S6, Samsung has rounded off the corners on the S6 Lite too, making it more comfortable to grip from the edges as the corners won't bite into your palms. What's even better is that despite its premium build, the tab is quite lightweight, so holding it upright with two hands is not going to give you any wrist take whatsoever. Also, at just 7mm thin, this is actually slimmer than my OnePlus 8, so it won't take a lot of room in your backpack either. Now coming back to the aesthetics though, the Tab S6 Lite is available in 3 different hues of Angora Blue, Chiffon Pink and Oxford Grey. I got the latter for review, but I must admit the product shots of the other 2 hues do look a tad nicer. But if you're not looking to make a statement every time you whip out the Tab S6 Lite out to watch movies, go with the grey color. It's just a more subtle hue. Now talking about the placement of the ports and the buttons, the Tab S6 Lite offers a USB Type-C port at the bottom and you get a bundled 7.75 watt charging brick with the device. Towards the right of the tablet, you'll find the power button, which also doubles up as a Bixby button if you so choose, and volume toggles. The buttons felt adequately tactile, however have been positioned a little too high for my liking, so reaching them while using the tablet in portrait mode is a bit of a chore. Now moving on, there is a microSD card below the power button which will let you increase your storage up to a terabyte, and up top you'll find a 3.5mm headphone jack. Also, this is the non-LTE variant of the tablet, so if you get the LTE model, you'll find a hybrid SIM slot here instead. Unfortunately, there's no fingerprint sensor on board, and while you do get facial recognition with the tab, it's pretty hit and miss. Oh, and you also get a brand new S Pen with the Tab S6 Lite, which unlike the other S Pens does not come with support for Bluetooth. So you do miss out on a couple of functions, especially the one where you could use this button right here to actually program this as a remote shutter key for the camera on the tablet. So yeah, you do miss out on a couple of features, but it still does most of the things you'd expect an S Pen to do. So you can jot down notes and doodle using it, and the overall experience of using the stylus is very refined too, thanks to its lightweight ergonomic design and the Tab S6 Lite's excellent palm rejection. Now, I'm not much of an artist, so the time I spent with the S Pen involved scrolling through the web pages and taking a stock of my daily tasks. The feature I personally used the most was the Create Note tool, which basically brings up a notepad on top of apps like Chrome, and you can adjust the transparency of the notepad to see whatever is in the background. So if I was planning to make a spec post for Instagram, I could have a phone's product page open in the background and take notes on the overlaid notepad. Another air command which I really found nifty was the Smart Select tool, which basically lets you select anything on your screen, and you can even extract text from that image quickly. You can even annotate the screen grab and share it instantly, which is great. And don't worry, you can take notes with the display turned off too, and when you're done, the stylus neatly clips magnetically to the right hand side of the Tab S6 Lite. So display-wise, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite comes with a 10.4-inch Full HD Plus LCD display, which honestly is a little disappointing from the brand. In fact, to my knowledge, the Tab S6 Lite is the only tablet in the S range to come with an LCD display and not opt for a Super AMOLED display. Naturally, you'll miss out on the deep blacks offered by an AMOLED panel, which in turn takes away from the movie watching experience. Now don't get me wrong, the LCD screen on the Tab S6 Lite isn't all that bad, and it does offer a fantastic media consumption experience too, owing to its stellar viewing angles, but I would have liked to see an AMOLED display on offer here. Thankfully, the Tab S6 Lite is White Wine Album certified, so you will be able to stream all your favorite shows in glorious HD. Furthermore, the bezels surrounding the display have just the right amount of thickness too, allowing me to grip the tablet without making the display feel too boxed. Also, since it is an LCD panel, it does get quite bright, so outdoor visibility should not be an issue either. On the whole, the display on the Tab S6 Lite is quite good, but I won't lie, there's definitely room for improvement here. For audio, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite ships with a dual speaker setup, which once again is a step down from the Tab S6's quad speaker setup. Still, the Tab S6 Lite didn't leave me wanting for more in this department, and I was completely satisfied with the tablet's audio performance. The stereo separation of the speaker unit is fantastic, and they get very loud too, ensuring the dialogues were always audible. Now, the output from the headphone jack was to my liking as well. I tested the Tab S6 Lite with my one more quad drivers, and I didn't notice any interference or static noises, so no complaints here. Specs wise, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite features the brand's in-house Exynos 9611 processor, which works alongside 4GB of RAM and 64GB of built-in user expandable storage. Yes, that is the same processor that powers companies' mid-range sub 15,000 rupees smartphones like the Samsung Galaxy M21, but before you guys get your pitchforks out, allow me to make a case for the Tab S6 Lite's performance. The Tab S6 Lite is first and foremost not geared towards heavy usage, and from my experience, the tablet didn't show any signs of struggle with moderate multitasking involving 6 to 7 apps open in the background and some light gaming. Plus, even with 2 apps open in split screen or the notepad overlaid on top of Chrome or YouTube, I didn't notice the S6 Lite stop to catch its breath there either. Now, I know a lot of you are in the market for an affordable tablet to use 4-finger claw grip on games like PUBG and Call of Duty, and well, you can run the game on the S6 Lite too, but I would advise you to play PUBG on Smooth and Extreme for the best possible experience. Regardless, for my usage, which involved a lot of Netflix binges and some productivity oriented tasks, the S6 Lite did not disappoint me. Now, software-wise, the Tab S6 Lite boots the company's One UI 2.0 on top of Android 10. Now, if you're coming from a Samsung phone, then you will feel right at home here, and besides the added functionality of the S Pen, there's nothing new here really. Now, that being said, the tablet is running June security patch from Google, and it offers all the staple Android features like a built-in dark mode, navigational gestures, and split screen view. Speaking of which, you can toggle that by going into your multitasking tray, tapping on the app's icon, and then selecting split view from the prompt that follows. Oh, and if you were wondering why the animations on my review unit feel snappier, well, that's because I have reduced system animation speed, which you can do too by going into the advanced settings. Now, coming to the battery life, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite comes with a 7040 mAh cell, which easily lasted me 2 days of a single charge, with my usage involving a lot of streaming on Netflix, some casual gaming, Clash Royale, and a little bit of web browsing. Now, even if you push the tablet to its limits, I doubt you'll be able to drain the battery completely in a day, to be honest. On the flip side, while the battery life on the Tab S6 Lite is great, the charging speeds aren't, and the 7.75 watt bundle brick took over 3 hours to refuel the tablet completely. You'll also get a 5 megapixel front camera with the device, which should suffice for video calls. Now, there is an 8 megapixel sensor towards the back of the unit too, which I feel is a pointless addition on a tablet. For one, it's not a very good imaging unit, and how often are you going to snap a photo with the rear camera and quickly annotate it on the tab like they show in the advertisements? I've been using this tablet for over a week now, and I've never used the camera app on it. I would have rather Samsung spend money where it counts, like by offering an AMOLED display or more storage to boot with. A lot of you guys must be watching this video on a smartphone, and you would be wondering, well, do I even need a tablet? To be honest with you, not really. For the most part, your phone's 6-something inch display should suffice for watching videos on YouTube or movies. But let me ask you this. How many times did your phone buzz you for an incoming notification? How many times did you actually have to leave what you were watching online to reply to a WhatsApp forward? See, that is why I like the Tab S6 Lite, because this thing offered me an unobtrusive media consumption experience. Also, it's very hard to come by a phone which comes with both dual speakers, dual stereo speakers, as well as a headphone jack. So there's that as well. So the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite starts at Rs 27,000 for the Wi-Fi only variant, which is the model that I tested, and the LTE variant is going to set you back 32,000 rupees. Now for its asking price, this tablet does a lot of things right, and it offers a very good media consumption experience, reasonably good performance, and a very stylish design. Now honestly, at its asking price, I don't really think there is any valid competition for the Tab S6 Lite. I mean, you could get the 2019 iPad with a 10-inch display, but that only comes with 32 GB of non-expandable memory. So for its asking price, if you are in the market for an affordable Android tablet, you should get the Tab S6 Lite. There are some flaws, but this thing does more right than wrong, so yeah. That said, if you act quick, then you can actually pick up the Tab S5e, which is just a much superior tablet, and it's currently going for Rs 25,000 on Reliance Digital's e-commerce portal. I'll have the link for that in the description, so check that out too. But even if that deal runs out, and if you have a flexible budget, then I still think that makes for a better deal over the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. But guys, with that, my full review of the Tab S6 Lite comes to an end. Do let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this video, and if you're thinking about picking one of these things up. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time with this. Again, there are some flaws, but on the whole, it's a great tablet. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.